Hello, good morning to you. Many thanks for joining us on Galaxy today. It is the Wednesday edition. My name is Justin Akadonye. Welcome on board.
And it's good to have you right here. My name is Uche Onyeko Uche. It's also good to have you right here in Galaxy today. Yes, it's a Wednesday morning and it's going to be quite interesting. Maybe not quite interesting. As usual, all you just need to do is send your comments and questions, whatever it is you'd like to say, to a number that will be written on the screen and, of course, on our social media handles using hashtag Galaxy Today. It's interesting to say we're looking at nation building, but particularly having the right mentality. I mean, Justin, talking about mentality, this is something that can never be overemphasized. I mean,
Not at
a lot
all.
of us just grow up with some kind of funny mentality, and you just like, I wanted to share one. Way back in school, I was in the bus with a couple of friends, and the, of course, conductor in the usual way was like, "Oh, what that?" And then I brought out the 200 naira notes. The bus fare was supposed to be 15 naira or 14 naira thereabout, and with about 4 friends. And then you could see all of them just folded their hands, expecting Uche to pay. And I'm like, "Excuse me, we're both students." And that caused a riffle between us. And by the time we got down from the bus, one of them said, "How much is 14 naira?" My younger sister was quick to answer her. 14 naira is not money, but multiplied by 4, how much is that? You know? And I would just wonder, what on earth would make you feel like I was supposed to pay for you?
I don't know, some
Get
people
it.
just feel that it is their right, for you to, do that particular thing. But, with all due respect to our governor, somewhere, pay your money. Anyway, we're looking at that, like Uche has said today, having the right mentality, specifically about our nation, Nigeria. A whole lot of people believe that, like they say from the Bible, what good can come out of Nazareth? What good can come out of Nigeria? A lot of people believe that just because you have the green passport, that you have been tainted, to not really excel so far when it comes to the international community because they have this particular image, about Nigeria. So basically, we're looking at that, how we can build our nation, by changing our own mentality and mentality about the way we go about things concerning our country. I told our guest this morning that we'll be doing PR for Nigeria on the show this morning. Hey, it is our beloved, it is our great nation. So to kickstart the show, I feel like listening to Timida Kolo's Great Nation. And we'll come back and talk with our guest. Do join us again. All right, welcome back. Music of Timida Kolo there, Great Nation. That particular song always gives me goosebumps and a feeling of nostalgia and loving Nigeria once again. All right, we are focusing on nation building, having the right mentality. Feel free to interact with us on social media using the hashtag Galaxy Today. You can also do that via SMS. The number will be displayed shortly on air. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome once again Tosin Badibo. He is a life coach. Many thanks for joining us on Galaxy today.
Thank you
It's
very
good to
much.
have you.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be on the show once again.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I like to take the cue from Timida Kolo's song. Very touching, very, very, very inspiring. It's something that would always want to take you back and reason. Maybe for our fathers who'd say this nation in a better light, would sit back and say, how did we get to where we get to, where we are now? I mean, and also looking at our national anthem, particularly the verse 2, like you said, behind the camera, you realize that it looks like the writer saw what was going to be, and then it felt like it was a prayer point. But now that we know we are where we are now, I mean, this wasn't what we used to be. And hopefully that will become not just what we used to be, but something better than what we used to be. How would you start, or how would you say we should start addressing the issue? Some people say if we start dealing with the cases and issues we have in Nigeria, you may not actually live to see the change, but then your children would at least be thankful that they are seeing a better Nigeria.
Well, anytime the issue or the topic Nigeria comes up, it is always for me a very touching one because I'm very passionate about Nigeria and I believe in Nigeria strongly. I've always said to myself, We don't have too much issues in Nigeria. We don't have a financial problem. We don't have a spiritual problem. Look at the nation that serves God, like where God is more pronounced. Look all around the world. Nigeria is a major one. I don't know the demographics, but Nigeria is a major one. So we don't have a spiritual problem. An economical problem, maybe yes or no. I think what we need to attack majorly is our mentality as a nation.
Okay.
Our mentality as a nation, the way we see things, the way we look at things, the way we view things, the way we address issues as a people. How positive are we as a people? Now, the mentality, I grew up my formative years in the 80s, and I knew what the country was even in the early 90s. The country, I knew what the country was looking like, what it was about, and I know what it is right now. And trust me, nobody's happy. I'm not happy. I don't know about you, but I'm sure you're not happy where we are right now. But we can always retrace our step to how did we get here, and how can we go back to to have a solemn assembly as a nation, and also see how we can forge ahead. Now, there is a whole lot of things I believe I'm going to talk, while the show goes on how the little things, for me, it's the little things that count. If we can just make the little things, we can set them right on track. They're going to set the big things rolling well. But we are so focused on the big things, and we are looking at, okay, let us go and attack it from the top. No, I think we should attack it from beneath. If the foundation be destroyed, even the righteous is impotent. You understand me? So let us attack it from beneath.
When you say the small things, what do you mean exactly? Is it about small as in the home unit, or small as by the decisions we take, the things we say about ourselves, or the things we say about the country, or what exactly do you mean by this?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I said something about mentality earlier on, and I think we should start from there. Now, I've taken my time to look at the average Nigerian. Well, maybe the average Nigerian, let me use Lagos as a yardstick, the average Lagosian, but the average Nigerian. I've come to realize that we're not a patient people, number one.
Okay.
We're not a patient people. Everybody, okay, just take a cue from the ATM queue. Let's start from there. The little things, the ATM queue. You stand on the queue and somebody comes from behind and just watches everybody and just... You understand me? Okay, let's say an ATM was not working before and all of a sudden started working. What do you think would have been the right thing they would have done in a country like the UK? It started working, the next person in front goes to the one that started working. But all of a sudden you see somebody who just comes from the middle pew to say, oh, this queue was for this particular ATM, so let the other person, or this new one that started working, I'm the first one that noticed that it started working, so I'm the first person that has to do that. Now, I have had the privilege to study abroad, London to be precise, and I've noticed, it was the little things that makes that country grow. You walk into a post office, everybody is on the queue, you see your MD at work, comes in before you. You don't have to leave your own queue to say your MD to come and stand there. You understand me? He comes in before you, he queues behind you, he comes in behind you, he queues behind you. In fact, by the time you say, oh, boss, come and stand in my place, he looks at you like an hypocrite. Because it's not in their mentality. I came after you, so I should stand behind you. Everybody's going to get served. Let's start from those little things. Let's start addressing our mentality as a nation. Look at our driving. Those little things. Look at our driving. Some people might be thinking, what has all this thing got to do with nation building? It has a whole lot. Because once we have the right mentality, we'll have the right attitude.
Please, can I'd like to vote in here. You said that we should start dealing with little things. Do you not think that this is going to mean us eating into our tradition and culture? I mean, for the Yoruba, there's a way, a manner at which they live their life. For the Igbos, there's a way, a manner, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Ijaws, and the rest. So if we start attacking this mentality, does that not mean that we have to go to tradition? Permit me to cite an example.
Okay.
I know that in the Yoruba land, there's a way you gesticulate when you greet. And I've also known that when an elder is talking to you, you're not expected to have an eye contact. You look away, it's a sign of respect. But for the Igbo culture, they're talking to you, they expect an eye contact to understand you understand me. Now, knowing that different strokes for different folk, how do we begin to change this mentality? Because I feel for a mentality to change, that there must be something we are all in agreement with.
Good. Now, thank you very much. And thank you for that example you've always cited. I'm a Yoruba boy.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Yoruba land. And the particular example you just cited, to be honest, I've come to find out that it is what has made our race as a nation, the Yoruba race, made us timid. We grew up, this is my own opinion now, because I know I'm on nationality, but this is my own opinion. We grew up suppressing each other. You understand me? Now, when you're talking to me and I expect an eye contact, or when you talk to me and you expect me to bow down my head, all because you want me to respect you. Now, does inside of me respect you? That's the question I should be asking myself. I just bowed my head, but inside of me, I'm rebellious. So I'm just waiting for you to finish what you're saying, and I just want to go about my business to do contrary to what you have just said. But when I look into your eyes and I tell you, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do what you have said. Now you can address what I have just said, knowing what is inside of me. So it's not about me, respect is good. Respect is beautiful, and I'm an advocate for respect. I'm an advocate for respecting your elders. I'm an advocate for always, doing these things rightly. But sometimes we take it overbound. Sometimes we take it beyond. You understand?
Permit me to cite another example. During my service here, Justin, I happened to serve in Port Harcourt City, and one of the days I was going for my city meeting, I entered a cab, which is normal. I used to have motion sickness. When when the traffic is too much and there's so much of car exhaust or fuel, it has a way of weakening my system.
Definitely,
it could make
yes.
more mature. So I am always aiming to sit by the window, the door of the car, so that if I have to pee, it will be easy for me to pee.
Okay.
But you see, I understand that health state of mine.
Okay.
No other person
No
does.
other person
Do
does,
you understand?
definitely.
So you enter a cab and you're seated by you're sitting by the door, and somebody else wants to enter. You come down for the person to sit, and they give you that attitude. Sometimes it comes from the masculine that feels like a woman. Are you expecting me to sit, especially if we are two ladies sitting by the doors, and they give you that look of, are you expecting me to sit in between? I don't know if you understand me.
I understand.
And again, it's the sign of disrespect to them, like, excuse me, what's that supposed to be? So I've had some kind of face-off with men, or sometimes with older women, who feel it's disrespectful for you to leave, or for you to excuse them to come in while you sit. I've had very funny experiences. Now, still based on mentality, these are unwritten laws that make it look like, I said, Justin, coming in, we are all in a public place. I paid for this seat. I'm sitting. But simply because you're elderly, of course, I also understand as an elder, I can rise up for you to sit. But it becomes like a norm, like, didn't you see me? Even if you don't know that person. I'm just saying that if we must change the norm, I think that some kind of law must be in place, because it feels like nothing works as long as there's no law backing it up.
That is how we reason as a nation, which is very, very bad right now. There are some things that should just come normally. Okay, I'll go back to what I know. Places I've been before outside Nigeria. In London, you enter into a bus, and the bus is, just going, and a pregnant woman walks in that same bus. I'm sitting down. The bus is full. Everyone is standing up. Nobody needs to tell me to stand up for that pregnant woman. I do not need to be told.
You decide
immediately. No, it's not I decide to. That's what is done there. In fact, when you don't stand up, everybody in the bus start looking like you, like, are you okay? Can't you see a pregnant woman just walked in? You understand me? Because there is this respect. An elderly person walks into the bus, immediately I stand up to say, please ma'am, could you have your seat? Because, there's this, it's in the culture. It's part of them. You understand me? So there's no law. Actually, there's no law that says you have to stand up. You understand me? But it's a part of you. Just like in Ghana, there's no law that says you have to greet a fellow commuter in a taxi. But I noticed that, you know, because I had to study in Ghana too, I noticed that when you come into a taxi, as an average Nigerian that I am, I come into a taxi, I snub everybody. The next person comes in and says good afternoon to everybody. It's not going to take anything out of you. It's just a part of them. You understand me? And I've come to notice that those little things, like saying hello, good afternoon to somebody, it's just courtesy. You understand me? Like holding the door for somebody while you're going out. You're going out and, you know, someone is coming behind you. You hold the door for the person. When we have those things in our spirit, then we start respecting each other. Then human life start mattering to us.
Okay, so how do we begin to communicate all of these values? You know, because we don't need laws to be put in place.
We don't need them.
But before now, we used to have moral instruction back in the day in the primary school.
Civic education.
Civic education and stuff.
All of those stuff, then seemingly no longer in the curriculum for students. There are some of those things that you should learn, you know, at school, at home. No one even has the time to even do that anymore. So we're beginning to change that particular narrative so people can start having the right mentality, start thinking the right way.
Family.
Family.
Family. Charity begins at home.
And how about the orphanage homes for those who do not have family?
Well, the orphanage have coordinators. They have people who take care of them. That's their own family. So if you start an orphanage, you should be sure that you want to be a mother to thousands of children or hundreds of children. So you should have the capacity to be able to train them. You understand me? So it's still family in any way we look at it. So family, let us go back to inducing the right mentality in our children. Look at the people who grew up in our generation, 80s, 70s, probably early 90s.
Okay, so we'll have to go back. I understand. All right, music from the elegant stallion there, Onyekanwenu. His song, she wrote very wonderful songs about the country, Nigeria. You know, you can actually start from your own way, from your own world, from your own sphere, and you know, build the nation by having the right mentality. Lately, a whole lot of Nigerian young people, youths, just want to become rich. They just don't want to learn the ropes. They just want to just get there also so fast. They don't just want to learn the lessons or know the essence of working. You know, a lot of people are taking into one form of vice or the other. You know, corruption here and there, advance fee fraud. Still, you know, still just so many of them. What Tosin is still in the house, and we'll be talking about how you can start from your own world. Yeah, Tosin, like I said, now a whole lot of Nigerians, specifically the young people, they just want to get there. They just want to blow. That's the term they use. So how do we begin to change that narrative to let them know that there's actually dignity in some sort of labor?
Yes.
Well, let us trace it back to how it started.
Okay.
Now, we started, I don't know when exactly we started as a nation to have this mentality of wanting to outsmart the next person. You know, everybody just wants to outsmart the next person. And that's what makes you a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian now. Nigerian, they carry last. When you can just take the sharp corner and just get off at the next place, then, you know, everybody claps for you to say you've done well. Nobody wants to follow the process any longer. So they started watching, you know, it started from the adults. They started watching them. If this person could take the next corner and get out, and he didn't get arrested, and he was celebrated, then they looked at the next person and they were celebrated. They were celebrated. They were celebrated. Then the young one started. Then a 16-year-old right now is duping an 80-year-old woman in America of her money. And what does 16-year-old wants to use crazy thousands of dollars to do? Just because they've imbibed the mentality of outsmarting the next person. At the end of the day, you see them, they want to buy a car. They don't even want to build a house. Then they go to the next pub, they pick up all the girls on the road, they want to sleep with everybody, and the money is squandered. Because that is all they can do with it. You understand me? So that mentality of wanting to outsmart your neighbor was what this generation took, and they took it to the extreme. They took it to the extreme, then they didn't stop with their neighbor, then they went abroad. You understand me? Then, you know, after going abroad, and it looks as if abroad started, you know, abroad the dust started, then they came back to their neighbor. Now everybody wants to dupe somebody, everybody wants to lie to, you know, everybody just wants to make money. Nobody wants to follow the process. And we grew up knowing following the process. Go to school, secondary school at 17, 18 max, you're done with secondary school. University, after university, probably come out, you get a good job. You understand me? Now, yes, we understand the rate of unemployment in the nation, blah, blah, blah. But even with the rate of unemployment, we still have the mentality that our hands, you know, we have this adage in Yoruba that your hands cannot deceive you. Our hands would do us justice. Then our brain, you're thinking, okay, what can I do? You're looking for a problem, then you're looking for the solution. You're looking for a problem, then you're looking for a solution. You're not thinking of outsmarting the next person because that wasn't how we grew up. But unfortunately, this generation, because unfortunately, a lot of people have changed the norm, they've changed the narrative. So this generation is looking up to them, and this generation has taken it to the extreme. Now, take for instance, somebody gets rich, either by hook or by crook, however, and takes, now while we're growing up, you bring a car home, you understand me? There's a song in Yoruba adage that says that means you saw a thief, you didn't hold him down. Your son is not a laundryman, he's bringing clothes to the house, he's a thief. So back in the days, you take a car home, nobody celebrates you. The first question your father asks you is, where did you get it from?
Yeah.
That's the first question you are asked. Where? I borrowed it. You even borrowed it. Take it back. But these days, you take a car home from university, your mother jumps out and says, hey, welcome, my son, calls the neighbor to come and see the car that her son just bought. So, all of a sudden, the narrative changed. However, how it has happened, we don't know. But I think we need to go back to the process. We need to go back to doing it the right way. The Holy Book says righteousness exalts a nation. Righteousness is a mentality. It's an attitude born out of a mentality. Just doing the right thing. Righteousness simply means doing the right thing. That's just what it means. Just do the right thing. And just follow the process. Follow the process. You would always get there. But unfortunately, okay, now, you got rich at 20. For instance, you got rich at, have you forgotten that you're still going to get to 50? So what do you want to do at 50? I don't know if our youth ask themselves those questions. Some even sell their lives out to the devil in search of this money. There was a time we heard that they were stealing ladies' undies for money.
Yes.
And these days, EFCC has been raiding a lot of people. And I read the news and I see 22-year-old boy, 16-year-old boy, 17-year-old boy raided for EFCC with laptops. And I'm thinking, for crying out loud, 17-year-old boy should be in SS3. Or probably just wrote WAEC. What is he doing? What is he doing? So we need to come to that place whereby we imbibe the right mentality to process.
Okay.
You understand me? Then the government also has a whole lot of role to play.
Can I come in there, please? You know, before we went to break, you were saying, Justin asked that you said that one of the ways is we have to come back to family.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you not think some of our celebrities have a role to play in this?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do. Our celebrities,
role models,
our celebrities today, and I will say this, are causing more harm.
How so?
Than good.
How are they
Some
doing?
of our celebrities, let me put it that way. But unfortunately, recently, a whole lot of recently on Instagram, if you check it, our celebrities are snapping nude pictures. Celebrities, the ones we watch on TV. And a lot of people are saying, wow, wow, wow. And they say, it's my body, I can do anything with it. Yes, we know it's your body, but people are looking up to you. People are looking up to you. People are watching you on TV. A lot of people are saying, I want to be like you tomorrow. A lot of people are saying, I want to act the same role this person is acting. You know, I cannot imagine a Whoopi Goldberg snapping nude pictures. I cannot imagine, give me an American actress that's, you know, but a whole lot of them are going out there doing all these things, and you know, we need to stop this. People are looking up to you. You understand me? So from there, then two, our celebrities need to, outside their job of what they do, they need to start, you know, doing what I call mapping towards nation building or role modeling in the right way. You understand me? dress fine, look good, walk tall. You understand me? Show the youths that they can do what you... A whole lot of them got there by hard work. I don't know why they do not want to show them that they got there by hard work. They got there and they forgot so soon how they got there. Unfortunately, show them, let them know that they got there by hard work. Organize seminars, talk to them, go into communities, people that want to be like you. You understand that you have fans out there. You understand me? Let us do things that are motivational. Let us do things that are inspirational as celebrities.
Okay, this one says, hello, nice program. Talking about the right mentality, how do we survive in society that keeps strangling us? I'm not an advocate of Yahoo, but I feel the only way out is out of this country. Or your guest is saying, finish school and get a job. Please, is it in this country?
Now, that was where I was going, where I said the government, well, we've all agreed that our government has failed us over the years. Over the years, I'm not particular about any government right now. Over the years, our government has failed us, and it still boils down to mentality. Who went on to be the president? Somebody who was on the streets. Somebody who was a mayorman on the streets went on to be the president. Who went on to be the senator? Somebody who was on the streets. You understand me? So the same street mentality that they had took them, you know, to the position where they are. And the next thing they are thinking is, how do I get rich? How do I, you know? A pastor once said, and I agreed with him, he said some people never had a goal or a plan for the office they were contesting for. So when they got to the office, they were bereaved of ideas. They didn't know what to do. And that's true. They don't even know what to do. They don't even have a clue. So all they just do is they get there, I want to get rich. And the next person is thinking, how do I get there so I can also get rich? Mentality. So ask a 5-year-old, what do you want to be in future? I want to be the president of Nigeria. Why? So that I can be rich. That's what they will tell you. Because our mentality as a nation is that the president is rich. We do not see the president as somebody who fixes the nation, who makes things work, who provides employment. And so we have come to a particular point whereby we're looking for employment. We've come to a particular point whereby Nigeria as a nation, we've had to source for everything by ourselves. Electricity, we source for it by ourselves. Water, by ourselves. Security, by ourselves. Even our roads, some people have to tie the front of their gates by themselves. You understand me? So that has brought us also, it has also affected the way we think. You know, sometimes we can talk of this mentality, we can easily say change it, but in a way, you know, we have not been helped to how we have gotten to where we are. You understand me? But what I'm just saying today is against the odds.
Yes.
You understand me? Let us imbibe our background, where we come from, and let us stick to it against the odds. Now, I was talking about the government. When you have to do all these things for yourself, it gets to a point that you want to be selfish.
Okay.
You understand me? You want to be selfish. You want to say, since I have to do everything for myself, then it has to be me, myself, and I alone. But you know, again, let us think about it. You could do it for yourself. Your neighbor can't do it for himself. You have the capacity. He doesn't have the capacity. So when you are strong, why not pull him up?
Okay.
Okay, please. I'm sorry to take us back about the celebrity talk. I just want us to quickly read something that was seen on Linda Ikede's blog about the influence of Facebook and Instagram, saying that researchers have warned that social media raises children's risk of mental health problems by up to half. He says the researchers who carried out a major study warned that social media exposes teenagers to cyberbullying and harms sleep. Checking various social media platforms weekly means the risk of suffering psychological distress and is up to 20%. Logging in as little as 4 times a day can raise the danger by half again, the study of more than 10,000 children shows. I don't want to read up all that is here. I mean, it boils down to say that these findings are in the Lancet Child and Adolescent Health. So it's just beyond our teenagers. It's eating up into our children.
It is. It is.
So we now see the power of social media.
It is.
If as a celebrity you see that you have the power to channel a life, because I feel affecting a life means you're affecting the whole, like a nation, a whole generation. So if we understand the impact or the power we possess as celebrity and the influence we have over these lives, do you not think that sometimes it is good? I'm not against living a wealthy and good life. I'm not against it. But do you not think that sometimes the same people who made you in court could actually be the same people you are affecting negatively, as in you have actually eaten up your source of income, if you
Definitely.
understand my so how do we also begin to make them understand that it is not we are not saying you should live lesser than you earn. We're not saying you shouldn't live life, but if you must put your sweat out there, why not make them understand that this is to tell you that there is dignity in labor?
Thank you very much, Ma. Like I said, sometimes some of them go there by hard work, but unfortunately they forget so soon. Now, let us look at the recent songs that have been released in the past. We listen to Timi Dakolo right now. Great song, beautiful song, moving, touching. I don't want to mention some acts here right now. I don't know if it is allowed, you know, to go to that extreme. There are some songs that you just listen to and you're just like, for crying out loud, who allowed the song in public domain? A song, you know, celebrating drugs, a song celebrating nudity, a song celebrating masturbation, and also brought a dance out of it. And a 3-year-old. Now this is painful. A 3-year-old is dancing and, you know, giving the signal of masturbation in public. How did we get here as a nation? And that is what we are celebrating. Isn't that sad?
But the truth is that we have agencies, because a lot of people are quick to push it on the shoulders of government. We have agencies who, you know, are responsible for, you know, all of this censoring and maybe reorientation of the people. We have the National Orientation Agency. We have the National Films and Video Censors Board.
What are they doing?
We have for our own here. We have the NBC. We have the Press Council for print. But the thing is that it is not just about the child. I'm sure the child might have even seen their parents even dancing to such
Definitely,
songs.
yes.
You know, because I mean,
definitely,
the
yes.
child didn't just pick it from there. And again,
I have a video of a pastor
what we
that
allow
was
our
dancing the same
children,
dance.
what we allow our children to watch. I don't know if we still do a parental guide for some movies or for some stuff, and or we just let our children just watch anything that comes to their minds.
Well, while we were growing up, my own father and mother controlled what we watched. Now I understand, I remember, the shows that were on our TV. It comes up by 5 p.m. then they come with the national anthem. Okay. With the color code, they come with the national anthem. Immediately we run to the TV. Now 5 p.m. we're back from school, we've done our assignments.
We've even rested.
We've even rested. We've had our siesta. Then we run to the TV. Then we, you know, the national anthem. We're proud. Sometimes we stand attention because we did that in school earlier in the day, and we were proud doing it. So when they sing it on TV again, we stand attention. And after that, then we hear. Then we watch programs like Speak Out. Let's speak out for the world to hear. You know. Then we watch cartoons. You understand me? Godzilla, Sesame Street, and stuff like that. We watch that, you know, and the next thing in the evening, we watch Checkmate. We watch
Behind the Clouds.
Behind the Clouds, Village Headmaster, what's this, Cladrus and Gringori, the comedies we had there. The New Masquerade. You understand me? Those were what we watched. Okay. And you know, these things had good impacts. TV was celebrated. But today, I don't want to switch on my TV to my son.
All right. This one says, maybe you need to address this if you agree or not. This one says, I think the major problem is not impatience or indiscipline, as your guest projects, but because people are hungry, frustrated, and coupled with injustice and unequal treatment. Whether you be a Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, give our children jobs without sentiment.
Good, thank you. And I like that. But what I'm trying to say here, I agree with what the person has said. But what we're trying to say is that let's tackle it from the root. You understand me? The ones with jobs. I've been in traffic before and I've seen elites. people, at least you know an elite when you see one. He drives a Porsche car, he's on his tie and maybe losing his tie in the evening. And he's the one leading the one-way, the one-way queue or the one-way, he's the one leading it. And every other person is following him. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Then you are thinking, okay, so if this person could do, now this is the way I think, if this person could do this on the road, this person would, change numbers in the office. Do you understand me? Because that's the way I think. Now that's for the person that has a job. You get me? Now the truth is this, those who have gotten the job already are the ones who are not allowing those who need the job to come and get the job. Because what would have been able to feed or have been able to take care of those who are waiting outside there to get into the job, those who are inside have swept it off already.
Okay.
There's always provision, to be honest. There's always provision. Now, another thing as a nation is that let us make every job honorable.
Okay.
Let us make every job honorable. There should be no discrimination. Okay, you have an ND, there should be a job that an ND holder should have, and that job should be respected.
All right, let's take more messages.
I think I have one here.
Okay, go ahead, okay.
Well, this is, he's saying, I'm Chukuma Gentle from Ayobo. Your analyst is spot on. If we can't change our mentality on so many issues affecting our dear nation, it will keep hurting us badly. We need to understand the difference between right and respect.
Yes. Yes, that's on point.
Okay,
That's
all right. People are just like the government that rule over them. When you see the elderly in government rigging election, okay, don't call, just send SMS for today. Let me see if I can get back to that particular message. Okay, he says people are just like the government that rule over them. When you see the elderly in government rigging election, manipulating the system, lying to the people, what do you expect of me as a young person? We are just what our president and politicians are. Emmanuel Brown.
Before they become the politicians, they were the people. They didn't just start lying when they got there. They had been lying before. So even you, who you are saying, what do you expect of me? You're also warming up. You're already lying. You understand me? So by the time you get there, if you say, what do I expect you to change the norm. Okay. I expect you to, to do it differently than what the other guy is doing. Because if you want to say the politician is doing it that way, the politician also started from somewhere. With that attitude. So you are also starting from where the politician started from. By the time you get there, you're also going to lie. You're also going to, you're also going to do it, and Nigeria is not going to get better. Let us change our mentality as a nation. Let us do things the right way. Righteousness exalts a nation. It's as simple as that. Look at Dubai. As at 1991, what was Dubai? You understand me? And it wasn't like God came down and put something extra into the lands of Dubai. It was what they had then when Dubai was a desert. That is what they still have now when Dubai is like heaven. The same thing. So what changed Dubai? Mentality.
All right, good morning. My name is Sunday Gabriel from Air Force Barrack, Akobo. Seriously, okay, don't call so I can just read this SMS. Seriously, I'm enjoying your program. Please keep on building our youth. God bless Galaxy TV. Good morning, everybody in the house. Okay, good morning to everybody in the house. My question, sir, what can Nigerians do to eradicate the issue of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer?
Thank you very much. Our government. Now, I would always make reference to a system that works.
Okay.
Now, and one I've been a part of is the United Kingdom. I studied, earlier on in my years in London. Now, I was working while I was a student. Now, one of the things I noticed, we work per hour. And I don't know why we can't work per hour in this country. I'm not saying, I don't know why. Maybe it will make a lot of us take our job seriously.
Or maybe to make all of us earn better.
Maybe to make us earn better. You understand me? No, I don't know why we can't work per hour. I've walked into a ministry before by 11 a.m. and I walked into a ministry and I was smelling amala. They were eating amala and they were chit-chatting, they were jumping up and down. And I was sad. You understand me? Because at the end of the day, Yoruba say something like Ogota, you either you sell or you do not sell. You understand me? Your money will come. And that is what they keep doing there. You understand me? I'm still addressing the mentality of the rich keep getting richer, because by the time they get up there, all they just do is pack what belongs to everybody to themselves. But once there's a system that works, that checkmates everybody, the system I was talking about was the per hour working. Now, check this out. I was working in an hospital back then in London, Great Ormond Street Hospital. Now, we resume 8 o'clock every day. Now, we have a clock-in system where we have our cards, our ID card, and we clock in by 8 o'clock. Now, when we are given a 10 minutes grace. After 10 minutes, there is a supervisor standing there. Once you clock in, your time starts reading. Now, once you are 15 minutes late, an hour is gone out of your salary for the day. 30 minutes late, 2 hours is gone out of your salary. Oh, your 45 minutes late, 3 hours is gone. Now, by the time you are doing an 8-hour job and you're only paid 5 hours in a day, my brother, you will start running from the bus stop once time is against you. You understand me? You take your job seriously. And when you are there, you know, you are easily penalized. You understand me? Then if you want to take your leave, you can say, oh, I'm off work today. I'm not coming to work today. They know that all your 8 hours has been deducted for the day. You understand me? Because you are not on leave and you called in sick. So you know you're not getting paid for the day. They calculate your amount and you know everything. So that's the system. So let us switch on our system as a nation.
All right.
Our systems are there. They are there. To be honest, the systems are there, but we are not using them. Right. Let us make them work.
I think we have to rest the topic at this. Although people are still sending SMS, but I'm afraid we are completely out of time. But a lot of people are asking to get to meet you, know you better. Maybe you might just need to throw out your social media handles so they can follow you or something.
Okay, on Facebook, I'm simply Gbadebo Oluwatosin. Gbadebo Oluwatosin on Facebook. On Instagram, Purpose Driven Coach. Purpose Driven Coach on Instagram.
On Twitter.
Purpose driven guy, but the purpose driven is without the is PURPOSEDRIVN, because he couldn't take the O DRIVN then GUI. That's my Twitter handle, Purpose Driven Guy. On Instagram is Purpose Driven Coach, full spelling. Then on Facebook, Gbadebo Oluwatosin.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tosin, for sharing with us this morning. We do appreciate it.
I mean, this is a topic that we cannot finish discussing, you know. But at our leisure, I would also want to encourage us to do a lot of reading. In that way, it could help us imbibe a better culture and be better people. I believe in Nigeria, and I know Nigeria will be a good place. This is where we'll put the cut. Then we'll be back at 10 tomorrow. Make it a date with us. I'm Uche Onyekunje. Bye for now.
And I'm Justin Akademi.